Hey guys, what's up? It's Seth. Today is the 9th of May, 2013. I have not made an update in a really long time, but I feel like today is the perfect day too because I just finished college classes and it's officially summer. It's nice weather out, so I'm free to make a video. It's been a little while, yeah, since I made a video. Past couple of months have been trying for my transition. I think like you assume that once you hit a year on T, all the physical changes have really set in. My voice dropped a lot, and passing makes moving through society a little bit easier than before. Um, but I think that now I'm dealing with all these new firsts in my transition, like kind of like the firsts of dating, the firsts of making new friends who don't know, because now I can kind of pass as stealth. The firsts of just like dealing with jobs and workplace stuff, internships, all that good stuff. Anyway, so I'll jump in and give you guys a little update. I'm a year and 4 months on T now, and almost a little over 4 months post-op for my top surgery with Dr. Garamoni. And I'll just show you guys my chest so you can see my results before I talk about the other stuff. Um, yeah, this is what my chest looks like. This side is a little bit red in comparison to the other one because I'm right-handed, but they're pretty alright. I go out in public like this. There's no like extra stuff going on. They're not too raised, so I'm just really happy with my surgery in general. I went out for the first time like public without my shirt on the other day, and it was an interesting experience. I had a moment of shock where I kind of felt like, oh shoot, like have I had surgery? Because it felt like I just walked out of the house without a shirt on that day. I think it's just a mental block, never being like in the past being so conditioned to not get naked in public because it's not okay. And then, oh, now I'm a man and I've had surgery, I'm allowed to take my shirt off, and it just kind of hadn't registered. So I looked down and I noticed, and I was like, we're good. I've had surgery, it's cool. And stayed with my shirt off for the rest of the day, which is nice. I do wonder if I'm supposed to like use any kind of special high strong SPF for my scars, because I seem to remember them mentioning something about like the scars getting darker if you get in the sun before a year post-op, but I'm gonna go in the sun this summer. So if anyone has any advice on what to use on the scars when you're in the sun, let me know. So let's see. I am growing facial hair, obviously, in comparison to last video. That is one of the big changes. It comes in up here and here in a line, but I've just kept that clean for the most part. But it's cool that I can grow it. That was an interesting experience over the past 2 months, just being able to grow it in, and I think for me it was slightly emotionally jarring to see facial hair on my face, because when I was a kid, like I've been having kind of subconscious thoughts about transitioning my whole life. When my ideas growing up included like becoming a man, so yeah, it was strange to get a beard. And sorry, there's people knocking on doors and stuff. It's distracting. Facial hair is part of that stereotypical like adult symbol of being a man, and so now that I have it, it's kind of shocking. Because my dad's had one his whole life since I was born. My brother's had facial hair, beard, and he got his around like sophomore year of college, and I'm only a junior in college, so it's kind of like my growing up has been happening parallel to my transition, and finally kind of settled out so that I'm not doing things totally behind the curve. Um, so that's really nice. Um, my biggest concern and stress in the past couple of months has been how old I look, So it's also helped in that area because there's a lot of anxiety for me being only 5'5" and really, really small in stature in comparison to the rest of the guys around me. For like almost being 21, I'm gonna get carded forever. But yeah, I think this has helped kind of with that anxiety. I don't know why. I guess I've noticed that people have started to treat me differently. Maybe just a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, when I was starting testosterone, I went from looking like maybe 17 to looking like 13, and then all of that weight gain and like lack of muscle and all that stuff from month like 1 to 6 or 7, like you just have to be okay with, because it's all gonna kind of chisel away after a year on T. But yeah, I mean, like for a lot of people, they think that taking testosterone will just bring like fantastic changes the whole time. But for me, it brought a lot of insecurity because it brought weight gain, it made me look young, it brought acne. Like there's a lot of things that happen that aren't particularly pleasant. But if I knew that like by waiting it out, all of the changes I wanted would come to fruition, and I would look like I look now, which is relatively more fit than I was before, and my like hairline has squared out. I noticed that when I got a haircut the other day, and my body's kind of changed for the better. So yeah, I'm happy with my body changes overall. I've been dating, which is totally mind-boggling. That's what's made the past 2 months really, really stressful. Like I was ready to get back out there, and just each girl I meet brings a new challenge, because like I've said before in my videos, the girls that I'm attracted to are primarily like identify as straight and kind of live that straight lifestyle as part of their identity, but have like experimented a little bit but don't like voice it. Tends to be the theme for some reason. So I'm not like the first person they've been with that's like mixed gender, female bodied, but a lot of times like for intimacy I am. So yeah, I met someone new, and it was going well, but it was crazy because the way that I had to court her was like so weird. Like there was all of this pressure for me to be dominant in every aspect of that. Like I had to be the first one to contact her. It felt so like formal, and like take her out on a date and be the first one to text her the next day, and like I was kind of felt the pressure from other people to be the man in the relationship, and it wasn't a committed relationship yet, so it was just kind of dating. But even in intimacy, like all the pressure was on me to be dominant, and there was no like balance, and it felt weird. It was kind of like that first experience of being very, very stealth, but it just felt unbalanced too. So it felt odd. And I started to share, I had to divulge a lot to get her comfortable with the fact that I was trans, even though she knew, because my college is so small that everyone talks or knows because I tell them. But like I just realized I didn't even have the right terminology to talk about my body anymore. Like in the past, I've been quite genderqueer and been the first like female-bodied person, and I used to use those terms or other terms for my body to describe it when I was the first person that they were getting intimate with, and they were uncomfortable, and I was like, oh, I don't know, like it's cool, like blah blah blah. It's like, but now the testosterone's changed my body, and I know that I'm maybe the first person that they've experienced as a trans man who, like, culture would make me appear as if I have something which I do not have, kind of thing. And I think it can kind of mess with someone's mind if they're not like comfortable with it. I don't know. I feel like people should be open, and every partner that you meet, you should get to know what works for them and what doesn't. And yeah, anyway, so that wasn't exactly like a fantastic experience, but it was a really great experience to see what it felt like to be stealth. I mean, we were being perceived as man and woman, like out in public, and it just felt so heteronormative. It was weird to not acknowledge my queer history as much and not like be able to talk about it, and she really was not that queer, so it's comfortable, and that's how I think I want to have parts of that, but in meeting someone new, I feel like I was trying really hard and I didn't need to, because this new person that I've met is very open, and I can talk about my queer history with her, but she views me as a man, and it's very clear that like who I am now is who she sees me as, and the body stuff is okay, like it's a lot more balanced, but yet I'm still kind of feeling respected and feeling like I'm being perceived how I want to be perceived. So yeah, it just takes finding the right person. Um, but it's funny how like I can accidentally blame things not going well on my transition, because with the person before, like stuff I was apparently too serious. In a college setting, it's all about hookups, and there's not a lot of commitment, and so that it's really tough to navigate as a trans man, because I have to divulge a lot and come out to someone, and if they accept it, that makes me more attracted to them, and if they're open, you know, I feel like I get closer when I reveal something heavy like that to someone and talk about myself and my history, and so it makes it really hard to navigate the hookup culture, because it's just more serious, inevitably, because of how much you have to tell about yourself, and so it ended not as fun as I thought, because uh, you know, it appears like I have different expectations, um, but really, like, I have to have that conversation. I have to communicate that much with a person, to make me feel comfortable and safe, and to make them feel comfortable and safe. So yeah, I've learned a lot by dating, and it's just gonna get better from here. And you know, I'm becoming more comfortable with my body, and I'm learning how to articulate things about my body to other people, and you know, just finally being able to open up, because I'm comfortable with myself, to somebody else, which is fantastic, because maybe I can find the support from outside that I have been missing, because I've pretty much done this transition on my own with a group of friends and parents and therapists and things, but not a lover or someone closer than that. So yeah, that's pretty much all the changes. I'll update more. This has been a 12-minute video, so if you've watched the whole thing, cheers. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions or comments about surgery or anything. All right, cheers.